Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Um, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. The likes have been down, but maybe they'll come back up, which would be good. Uh, any comments are more than welcome. Just be polite. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree with me. Um, you can express whatever opinions you want. This is all of our communities, and it is for each and every one of us to express our feelings in whichever way we choose. Um, I want to recognize that in a Christian belief, today is Good Friday, which is the resurrection of Jesus dying on the cross. And, I believe that God has done so much for each and every one of us in ways that we'll never know. Um, he's laid before us paths to follow. He's laid before us ways to get through rough situations. He's gave us things that's changed our life or changed our way of thinking, and just he's done wonderful things for us. But to me, the best thing he ever did for me was put his son down here, give us his son to teach us, for us to learn from, for us to just love and appreciate and respect and praise. And you know, Good Friday being a recognition of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, kind of goes with here not too long ago I was talking about forgiveness. Well, Jesus took the lashes for us. He he died on the cross so our sins could be forgiven. Um, he is probably the big thing, or he is, in my opinion, the biggest blessing God could have ever gave us, to sacrifice his son for us. And over this weekend, today being Good Friday and Sunday marking the day he rose from the tomb, and he just has made it possible for us to understand that even though we may sin, we have forgiveness should we choose to accept it. And you know that's something that is for each one of us to decide upon ourselves, whether our love for Jesus Christ and God, if we feel the Holy Trinity enough within us, if that forgiveness is something that helps us go on and know that even though we aren't necessarily worthy, we all our sins can be forgiven because of Jesus, and we can be accepted in with from God in his kingdom. And to me, that is the ultimate sacrifice that Jesus Christ made, is taking every one of those lashes, being spit on, the crown of thorns pressed down into his head, the nails in his head and or in his hands, excuse me, in his hands and through his feet. Um, every bit of humiliation that he was put through, every bit of torture and just cruelty that Jesus was put through was for us. And he suffered every bit of it. His life, he knew that's what he was on earth to do. And he did it. How many of us could say if we knew that was the whole reason we walk this earth is to teach of our Father's love and in the end have people spit in our face for it, have people beat us and torture us, just doing it just to forgive them, putting up with every bit of it just to forgive them so that they can reach the Father. How many of us could actually do that? How many of us could walk this earth teaching of our Father's love when we knew our Father was sacrificing us? And every step we took, we knew we were closer to that sacrifice. I, I think that is not only the biggest blessing from God, but it shows the most love that Jesus could ever have for us to succeed in basically, he was crucified and in his Father's name. And how much love do you have for somebody? How much love can can you show somebody? And all of us, he showed all of us, each and every one of us, by being crucified, by being on the cross and being crucified. All, all the things, all the miracles, all the blessings over the years are just absolutely some of the best stuff in the world. I mean, they're just so glorious. But giving your son to be crucified is, to me, it's like the ultimate sacrifice, and there can be no love greater. And I don't know how that could be questioned. Um, I won't question it. I have faith in God. I believe in God. I know that God gave His Son. I know that God did that for us. He did that so we had a path to Him, so we had a way to spend eternity with Him. Um, and Jesus did every bit of that because He had faith and love for His Father. He had obedience for His Father. His Father asked something of Him that most of us would turn our back on. But fortunately for all of us, Jesus Christ did not turn His back on what the Father, all of our Father, called on Him to do for all of us. Uh, I, for one, I'm just such a believer, I just have such faith in God, and, forgiveness is so spectacular. Um, it is, it isn't there to take advantage of, or to um, feel it isn't something that really matters. It is there, um, for us to be able to move forward when we've done something we know that God would not want us to have done. There's a way to move forward and become a better person, and to uh, show God we love Him better by avoiding doing whatever the sin we committed was again, by trying to move on. With forgiveness, how can we get past that sin or any other sin? They just kind of stack up. And but with forgiveness and the desire to please God and the desire to um, not sin anymore, to follow God's uh, want for us, what He wants us to do, to be forgiven and know that we're not going to be kept out of heaven because something we did in the past, but we do need to try and move on in the future, leaving that behaviors behind, or them behaviors behind. You know, we only get that opportunity, and we only get that ability because Jesus Christ died on the cross. He is, I mean, he's just wonderful. He's glorious. He's just everything. I don't even know how to say it. He's just everything. And, you know, Jesus walked many a miles, traveled to many a towns. He educated many people. And in the end, they turned on him. Not all of them. He did have, um, faithful people. But in the end, a lot of people turned on him. And when somebody gives you such glory as God gave us in Jesus Christ, and when somebody performs miracles through their Father by letting the blind see or the lame to walk, why would you turn your back on them? Jesus went through so much when he was crucified, and yet it wasn't enough for everybody. But I can tell you right now, it was enough for me. It was definitely enough for me. So anyway, I know this ain't as long as I usually make them, and uh, I know today I'm going to recognize and appreciate the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And when Sunday comes along, I will also appreciate that uh, he. It will be a day to recognize he arose from the tomb. It'll be the third day, and I myself plan on doing the best I can to do what the Father wants of us, but know that if I mess up and being just a person, just somebody walking around on this earth, and At some point, I will probably sin again because I'm just a person. But to know that this day is recognized um, as the day of crucifixion, I will know that if I sin and I ask for forgiveness, Jesus Christ died for me just for that purpose. So I could someday be in the kingdom with his Father and with my Father and with your Father. So anyway, y'all, I hope you watch us to the end. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Uh, I hope y'all have a good day. Goodbye.